And there it is, baby. Super obvious. Papa called it. Everyone called it. If you see the Sejuani, you know it's going to be some level. But I would say that now power level of the Aatrox changed, and it's very, very difficult from early. Klid's already topside.
Ooh, they wanted that Q out. He's trying to burst down Khan, but that is not going to happen as easy as the music.
But who does this benefit? Sees my fine Faker.
Okay, Faker, awkward spot here. See what he does. Doesn't look like he has Valkyrie. Flashes away and sees.
Timing from Khan. When will
That's
the riposte come out?
Yeah, gotta wait for that. They want to do a bit of damage first. There's the riposte to get away from that Aatrox, but he is going to be able to tank it up, Grace, and make sure that Linderon
on-hit build. Topside, Klid. Sees.
Okay, trying to get on top of this guy as the stun is going to come in, and double ultimate coming through from the Sejuani. Is the damage there, though, as Klid is going to flash forward, but the Aatrox is going to shut him down! And now the Aatrox is a monster. They just have to deal with him, but Z's is coming back. And this is a disaster for SKT, as Jin Air are going to pick up 2.
Creating this chaos that C's really represents as a player has actually done a pretty good job of making this game not as by the numbers.
Just push into the bottom side with the Varus and take it down.
It's the first kind of decision I don't necessarily agree with, because actually, Jin Air's comp functions well.
Air is able to riposte the sweep away, as now Root is going to flash, but it looks like he's still going to be dead as the follow-up and the fade away from Shoelace. And they're slowly falling through the air. That's the feeling I'm getting. Faker 1v2 is taking the mid turret, so it's absolutely not the place you want to be in, as Faker's just really doesn't care about
out there. You put enough poke in, you're not surprised if a Mountain Drake falls out for SKT. They're able to pick up that objective because they knew the poke would get
players out. But Linderon does have his teleport. Let's take a look. Okay, nice block there from effort as Khan is able to get that ultimate out of Grace very early. It's down to the wire, and it will go SKT's way. Khan in a bit of trouble. Is going to be the first sacrifice, though, and Teddy is going to follow suit.
Baron shakes out of it. The Mountain Drake was definitely the spoiler that they'd be going to that area. They chunk out the jungler again. And now Klid's looking to be a very assertive Piggy. Grace not very high in health.
Is that thick Piggy you were talking about before? All the items going one-on-one as that adaptive helm just puts him in the ground.
Fiora's actually pushing in the bot lane. If Fiora's going for Gromp and then going for the bot lane push, actually achieved it, Valdez. They were playing really well in the first 15 minutes or so. As okay, re-engage.
Wow, okay.
That's not going to work.
For your guys' information, that was not a blitzcrank.
No, that was Grace going for a big play, but he was halted. They cut him off halfway through. So rude. Don't get a full conversation out of them, and they're going to try and break the pace again.
Klid's just going to say no, and now Faker says, yes, I want to do the damage on Disease, is going to force him away. And now it's going 1v1 onto Root as Kellen's like, wait, how'd you die so fast?
It's cute.
Yeah, he's going to get that Devour on time.
What can Jin Air do?
Coming on in now as 3, as Azir is very far behind. Nobody can C's do it. The answer is going to be no, as Sejuani gets it. Stopwatch is on point from C's, but he's immediately going to go down as Faker is going to be swept up there by the Azir. But he just disappears immediately as Teddy is shredding them all in the back line. Khan says hello. And that's going to be 4 for 0 now, as SKT going to be looking to push to win the game.
You knew the 4-1 would come eventually. They delayed Fiora versus Aatrox, but still inevitability when SKT's in the game. Faker wants Kellen. It's going to be a team wipe, and SK Telecom T1. It took a lot of hard work. Credit for effort in the early game to Jin Air, but now SKT can close out game 1.
They're able to all get on in there. Klid is going to be a little bit late for the picture, but he did a lot in the picture of this game. Hey, okay.
It's time for the LCK debut of the Mordekaiser. What are the amenities? Other than death, I don't know what it provides.
Q used here and the flash on in. He wants the knock-up, and he should get it. Grace gonna just dunk it in, the one auto attack.
I remember the first time they showed off the damage text numbers that came in. Are we looking at Pro View? No, this is the Shadow Realm. We're in the Shadow Realm.
We're in it here.
We got technology. We even got to see the...
Khan is very careful about that.
We got to see the desktop there. That was sick.
Oh, he's got some speed now, and he's looking for the dunk. There's the shield, but it's not on good timing as Khan is going to flash on it. Really asking for it there, you can tell. But now the Aatrox has a Hex Drinker and is going to make that lane a living hell, as at least Jin Air a strong statement and say, okay, you guys can get that win, but at least we will get the Rift Herald. The rest of his team is doing well, so hopefully he can do the lose lane into win games.
And time in professional League of Legends is very relevant, Valdez. It means that they're not going to be heavily trading down on turrets, even if they have less members hitting that turret. So
we try to take out a tier 1 in the mid lane and even get a bunch more damage and some gold onto Root, as they're really sticking around. They want to get this turret. Tom Kent able to tank it all up as Tana.
He had places to be, Valdez.
Best build 2019. The never die, never get dove strategy from Tom. He's hitting like a truck. And we talked about the mid game, but all of that focus.
The Drake, they're recalling. These are the sort of spots where Jin Air frequently trips up, but no one.
And they are going to see it now with that True Shot barrage. Here comes the Jin Air team.
Zinta's not going to get there. SKT's going to get Baron.
Oh, he's too slow. Tana trying to get on in there and seal it away, but it goes over to the Lux with that unsealed Spellbook Smite. Tana desperately trying to get someone to fight him, as Lux is going to be the only one to go down for now on the side of SKT. Khan doing a fantastic job just distracting and tanking up. Let's see what Root can do. He's going to get flashed on and swept into the garbage, as Faker is going to put him in his place.
Finally points out the smite. Tana thinks, all right, maybe we can steal this one. I'm going to get in there and ult away cleared. But Lux had this one prepared earlier. It's like that cooking video where you get to have that time jump. They'd already prepared the food earlier. In this case, the Lux gets the steal, or the secure, as we should say. And even with the flashover, Jin Air being about 20 seconds behind the play, by that SKT pick it up.
Faker's Azir mechanics not going anywhere.
See how Jin Air approach this one. SKT trying to play multiple lanes. And right now, that harassment's doing a number.
Ooh, okay. Teddy just going to come in here from the jungle. They get the flash away from Grace, the real one. And that's a nice, just small move you can do. Use a couple of ultimates for a summoner, especially the flash. Is always going to be worth it.
Getting the most out of this Baron is pretty big. SKT desperately want to break the base, because then you can't play cute side lane plays as easily after an inhibitor is down. Seems like no ults are used. Tana still has the Death Realm.
Yeah, trying to bait Khan into this one. He gets the knock-up and the dodge on the lick, but the knock-up here from Malrong and the pull-in might just be enough. This is 4 members.
Your base.
All on top of Khan, and he's nearly even able to get a kill as the entire base. As you mentioned, it has belonged to us. It has belonged to SKT.
Oh, their base belong to SKT. They are the ace of base. Insert other base reference.
As he has done, by far, on his team, the most damage here.
Pretty much been on that front top side.
Boy. How did Malrong get in the back there?
Swept in by Faker.
Now, Faker just doing it again. He's bullying Malrong tonight. That has been the main guy, as Stopwatch is going to keep Khan safe as they lose a Nexus turret.
It might be with this match.
Yes, that is correct.
I believe if they lose here, they're basically mathematically
spot here, but he is going to be Mikhail's Stup, a very common item nowadays on the supports, as SKT just want to force the fight, but Clid is going to go into that stopwatch to make sure that he can actually go down, as Jin Air is turning this around. Now they get Clid back, and they're absolutely going to be looking for another pick here, as Kellen will be forced to use that one very early, as Teddy and Khan in the back line. Sounds like a huge nightmare for the side of Jin Air. It doesn't look like they'll be able to get out of this one this time. Triple kill now for Teddy, as SKT have found the opening they were looking for.
They back up that play you want to forget with one to remember. Great flank timing for Khan. They're going to go for further kills. They just want to put this Mordekaiser in the ground.
Yeah, we got to get that KDA. We got to stack it up. How about
Run,
an extra
Faker.
guy?
Faker, no!
Oh, boy.
Got him.
He's going to kill him there in the Shadow Realm. Tana thought maybe, just maybe, he could pick up a kill, but that was not going to happen. Faker stays alive, and SKT will stay alive with their 2-0.
More of 5-day weekdays anymore, because we have cut the Wednesday broadcast of the second round robin. We're going longer though. We've got 5 weeks of 4 days to close out the season. SK Telecom versus Gen G is next week.
Quite young, but won't be hearing from him right here. We're going to hand it over to Ji-sun for the translation.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ji-sun with the nervous translation, and we'll be hearing from Clid Han from SK Telecom. Clid, how do you feel about the win? We haven't been going up against the West Side teams yet, so but it's really happy that we are able to remain this momentum. So I just want to maintain this momentum and pick up better results on and on. So this is the 5th consecutive victory. So what's the biggest driving force of SK Telecom's victory recently? I cannot just pick one. I think all 5 members are doing so well. Clid, in the previous match, your performance in J4 was awesome, but today it was Sejuani. But this was your first Sejuani game in the summer split. Do you not prefer it? Well, in the previous matches, we really wanted to try it, but it was mostly banned out, actually. So today, SKT was able to get the Sejuani in the draft, and Jiner was trying a lot of rotations in top and mid lane. So did you expect a 0 top lane? Well, I did not expect at all. So I just wanted to stay in lane, but after I get poked by the spear on Azir's, the soldiers, I was like going out of my mind. It was so hurting. As a jungler, how did you decide your jungling path being that rotation? When I tried the first gank in top lane, Khan was like, I could see he was having a hard time, so I just wanted to have some of the comfort of time in the top lane, so I wanted to make the first gank on top lane. Clid, your skill shot in game number 1 was fantastic, so we have this highlight over here. So first, me and Effort, we were trying to get the visions around there, but we found the very delicious animal to hunt out, so we were able to pick that up. So that was a bit of a prediction of your ultimate. So is that how you use your skills? Well, I usually win a lot of mind games, so I think I was able to pull that off here as well. In game number 2, Tana played Mordekaiser for the first time in LCK. But in the previous interview, you actually said Aatrox is the most first pick champion. So how do you rate Mordekaiser in the current meta? Well, it's not a good first pick champion because it has a lot of counter picks. So I think it's maybe second tier champion. So yeah, it's a second tier champion. Maybe you can just counter it with Mordekaiser after seeing your opponent's pick. So how was the laning phase up against Mordekaiser? Because a lot of people find it really difficult. Any tips? Well, the major skill is E, so actually it's a matter of avoiding that skill or not. So if you dodge that, actually it's gonna be a lot easier in laning phase. And we had a solo kill in the early phase of the game, so let's go through the highlights. So Tana actually went in. So how did you kind of counter it or fight back? Well, still, when you're in the ultimate, Mordekaiser also gets a tower shot, so turret shot. So actually, I was able to land a lot of my skill shots as well. So I was just going in to kill him. So SKT, well, it was not a very easy game. In the end, SKT was the one turning the game around and closing out the game, but your next opponent will be Genji. You know, Genji is on a very great momentum. Well, Genji, I think they're really good at balanced game and their performance is really solid. I think Peanut is the key player, kind of making it happen. So I have to keep my eyes on him. 좀 걱정도 될 것 같지만 클레 선수 워낙 잘해줄 거라고 생각을 하고요. 칸 선수도 바로 들어보도록 Would you like to add on to that?
일단 다음 경기가 젠지인데 이게
we're going up against Genji.
피너 선수랑 듀오하면서
3 days ago, I was playing Dio game with Peanut, but we played 1v1 on Lee. I actually just wrecked him, so I'm sure that Hood will be able to just destroy him, and I'm just gonna do my work on top lane. Thank you.
클린 선수의 어깨가 무거워졌습니다. 네.
Hood, I guess you might feel a little more pressure on your shoulders. However, SKT, they're still on a win streak, so congratulations on the win, and thank you very much for this interview. So this will be the end of the interview with Khan from SK Telecom. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason, for the wonderful translation.